I'll start with William, if that's okay. Just there, William.
Yes.
So
Hello.
hi.
Right, so I'm William, and our film was the Catfish Club, which was completed actually as part of the BFI Academy, which was with the wonderful Signal Film and Media, and basically. I came into the group sort of not knowing anyone else there, so we were all sort of thrown together and tasked with making a film at the end of this, the period of time that we were given. And we all sort of worked out what kind of jobs we wanted to do on the film and whatever, and things like that. So everyone was sort of working out what they would like to do and what they'd like to contribute, and we were also given sort of some things at the beginning, like what actors we had, and we had a location as well. And I think the location was sort of what got into people's heads, because we had one of the places was this sort of bar area underneath the hotel, which was next door, which is all sort of 1920s style, and I think we quite kind of took to that and sort of had like the idea of a sort of 1920s pastiche sort of thing, and how we could play with that as well was quite fun. So yes, that's sort of the idea that kind of leads into all the stuff in the film about how we play with the setting and the time that it's based in.
Super, yes, and BFI Film Academy is such a great training program and a great resource. Cinemagic actually delivers one of them in Belfast as well. So it's brilliant as well, I suppose, for camaraderie and that collaboration between young filmmakers. And that's fantastic. And the standard is always so high from a lot of the BFI filmmaker films that we see. So that is brilliant. So are you the main representative of the Catfish Club today then here?
There's also, I've just spotted Key has arrived in the corner.
Hi, hello Key. Yes, hi. Because I was aware that a few of you might be joining, so I just wanted to make sure. So that's super. And what was your role, Key, then predominantly in the production?
Mainly I was the director, but I had other bits helping out as well in other areas as well.
Well, that's great. And was this the first time that you took on the role of directing then for a short?
Yeah, this is my first time trying, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, from even just being in touch with you and the admin side of things about the Catfish Club, it sounds brilliant in terms of the filmmaking team that you have, gelled together and obviously produced great work. So well done, and thanks for being in the competition, and congratulations on being shortlisted.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, over then to the three window group. So Max and James, is it? Yeah, Max, James, and
Simon.
It's actually Simon and Miranda.
Okay, okay.
Max was right there, don't you?
Brilliant. Well, if you can introduce your film and tell us a bit really of how it came to be and how how were you inspired to make it?
I mean, maybe to first introduce ourselves.
I'm Miranda and I played Nova in the film.
I'm Simon. I played Primus, and I came up with the idea as well, which I'm going to go into in a bit.
And I'm Max, and I directed the film.
Yeah. So we are from Type Zero, and Type Zero is, I think, the first project that I started producing. I worked up until now mainly as an actor, but I formed this collaboration with Max 3 years ago. I met Max when he graduated from film school, and since then we just stuck together and started making different projects, different films. And Type Zero is actually the third one?
Yeah, it will be.
Third one that we've done. And what it is I used to live in Japan, and I started translating a fantasy novel that can be explained as a cross between Game of Thrones and Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And I translated it into English and then approached Max with the idea, and he liked it, I think.
Yeah.
And then we started making it, and I asked my friend Miranda who's a brilliant actress, to join as well. And we started sort of, making this project happen. What first struck me was that Max's idea sort of immediately changed the whole thing, because, so to explain a bit about the world, we are at a magical academy, and in this world there's a raging war happening, and these young academy soldiers, they're sent out, and some of them die, some of them make it, and they have to use magic. And one of the central points is they all carry a crystal around them, and the crystal starts to interfere with their memories and with their abilities. And in the short clip that you've seen, my friend Nova here dies, and the crystal makes me forget all about her. And that's what we've shown. And it's for now a pilot TV proof of concept that we approach now companies with, especially in Japan as well.
Well, that is excellent. And to get to this stage of having that proof of concept, like the amount of work that goes into that to get then to the next stage, like it probably helps you develop so much of it anyway, to be able to then take it to possible exhibition and distribution partners.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, especially people like you, Claire, help us, and because now we get a platform to talk about things, to show things, and to meet people as well.
Yeah, well, we are very happy to do that. And as I say, through the QFTPlayer, which is the streaming player for the Young Filmmaker films, we're going to be just now over the next couple of weeks really promoting that and doing everything we can, because even within the community of filmmakers in Northern Ireland, now Cinemagic is on. It started yesterday, and hopefully there'll be a nice sort of filmmaking community vibe, albeit online, that we will really do our best to promote emerging filmmakers. So well done, and it's so lovely to meet you all and really and put faces to names and everything properly. So thank you for making the time to be here.
Thank you.
Great. Daniel then, how are you, Daniel? Thanks for joining us.
Hello, I'm Daniel. I wrote and directed A Very Long Distance Phone Call, which is a story about coming to terms with death in the most unlikeliest of ways. That's the log line that I worked so hard on. But it's just a film that I decided to make with sort of a close-knit group of friends, with my limited time that I had last summer, because I go to uni in Leeds. So I was in Belfast just for like 3 months or something. So I got together with my friend Ross and decided to make a film. And it was a very, very small sort of team, very intimate production almost. And we kickstarted it. So we did a whole campaign on Kickstarter to try and raise some money for it, and got like double the amount that we wanted. So that was really great, really successful. And we made a film. Don't know what else to say.
Excellent. No, well, that is brilliant. And the thing is as well, you got it made last year before lockdown, so you didn't have that challenge. Were there any other outside and external challenges really that you were up against that ended up being a bit of a learning curve for you?
Well, I decided to film the entire film almost the entire film in a very cramped bathroom. And because of limited resources and lack of a big budget, I did it in my own house, which doesn't have a very big bathroom. So trying to get like a camera and like a boom mic in there, it was something I didn't see. I didn't expect to be such a big problem, but I'd say the entire production was just it was just struggling with having a whole crew cramped into one tiny room. But apart from that, I think it went smoothly enough. I didn't I purposely tried to make something which was sort of low key, didn't need any like big sets or anything crazy. It was very dialogue driven, because I knew that like I had a small crew and I just wanted to work with something more manageable. So yeah.
Excellent. Okay, brilliant. Well, thank you for giving us that insight, Daniel, and congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Jack, how are you? Thanks for joining us. You're very welcome.
Well, thanks. Yeah, so me and Oscar, who's also in the call, made Cat's Eyes together.
Yep.
So I DP'd it and Oscar wrote and directed and produced. So we were at film school together up until May, and we made this in November of 2019, so just before everything kicked off. Oscar could probably introduce it better than me, so I'll let him chat about it.
Oscar, you're being volunteered to do all the chatting. So yeah, how did your collaboration then with Jack come about, you know, specifically, and what were the challenges then of making the film?
So me and Jack have always been pretty good friends, I think. And then at the start of the year, the academic year, we wanted to make a trilogy of films called the Long Roger Horror Trilogy. And Cat's Eyes was the first one we decided to make. And I think it went pretty well. It was quite hard because we were shooting outside at night in like a very exposed sort of countryside road. It had to be sort of like very dark, and we had to use minimalistic lighting. And it was hard to sort of, I don't know, it's hard when you're outside and it's cold, and you just have to try and keep everyone's spirits up and try and keep order and stuff, which is pretty tough. But it was very good fun, a really nice team, really nice crew. So it was a good film.
And have you got another project in mind to continue or to collaborate again on?
Yeah, so we're working on one at the moment called Mon Plaisir, and we have one shoot left. We started shooting it pre-lockdown, but obviously it got halted, and we have one shoot left, and we hope to get that wrapped up sometime in October, November. But yeah, that's one we're working on at the moment, I think.
Okay, super. Well, thank you. Jack, have you anything to add, or is Oscar the spokesperson?
I pretty much covered it. Yeah, it was tough because, as Oscar said, it was like we did like 4 night shoots in a row.
Yeah.
And like we were doing them around bonfire night, so it was really tough. But yeah, we were meant to make 7 pieces. We got whittled down to 2 because of lockdown, so it's a bit annoying. But we're hoping to kind of get the other 5 up and running at some point, hopefully.
Great. Well done. Thank you for joining us and making the time today. Over to Izzie. Thanks for joining us, Izzie.
Thank you. So I'm the producer of the film Fluffy, and my lovely writer Olivia is also in the call. Fluffy was our grad film this year. Fortunately, we shot late January, early February, so we weren't too bad on the COVID front. But we did have to do basically the entire re-edit in over Zoom, so that was fun. But I think the outcome is something we're pleased with, and we're happy. You know, that stage of our life, our uni life, that kind of summarizes, and that was the time where we could really like develop our specialities, because producing was mine. I've kind of done it throughout uni, so it was the big project to put that to the test. Worked with the biggest budget I've worked with so far, and we raised some of those funds, like some of the others said, on like Indiegogo and things. But yeah, it was difficult because it was a big crew, big project, and then obviously you have your own vision as a filmmaker, and then you also have your uni, your tutors as well, so that can be hard to balance sometimes. But I think after, when we did the re-edit outside, after it being marked, it was more of a reflection of what we saw the film to be. So yeah, Olivia, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, I think you basically said everything. It was a massive learning curve, working with like such a big crew, and obviously I didn't make Izzie's job easy because I wrote a child into the script, so that was also a challenge, you know, working long hours, 7 days a week, late evenings with a kid, you know, but it was amazing. It was a really good experience, and I'm never going to forget it. But I do agree, you do learn a lot about your vision of a film versus your tutor's vision of a film, and I think it gives you a lot of integrity as a writer or a creative in any way.
And as well as that, though, it probably helps you really focus on your vision for future projects and what way you want to do things then without, or like in a more independent way, without, because obviously with uni things, there's lots of, I am sure, you know, red tape things to take into consideration as well. So super, well, that's brilliant. And I hope you both continue to work together in the future, and wish you every success.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Michael then. Hi, Michael. How are you?
Hiya. I'm Michael, and my film is Chase. And it's my A-level film. So obviously I didn't have a big crew or any budget, which was the main problem. And then another thing that I did that was helpful in some regards, but not all of them, is that I used my parents as my only actors, and that's quite difficult. In that telling your mother that the last take was terrible is not fun for anyone. And because of this, I had to write a story with zero dialogue, because I couldn't trust them to say anything on camera. But after a long hours, I think it turned out pretty well, and I'm very happy with it.
Brilliant. Well, that's a learning curve as well. But obviously, yes, relying on family support, and I'm sure you didn't have a big budget to entice them to participate then.
Just family love. That's what it ran on.
Brilliant. No, well, that's super. And you know, for an A-level film as well, you know, such a great standard that we thought in terms of, you know, being shortlisted then in the Young Filmmaker competition as well. And we're seeing that more and more, obviously, with Moving Image Arts on the curriculum here in Northern Ireland and right across the UK and Ireland. Like, the film courses are excellent, and really, you know, can vouch for that in terms of the quality that is coming out as well. So thank you. Over to George. Hi, George.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. Hello.
Hi guys, I'm George. I made the short film The Creature. So basically it's the basic horror story idea about a guy receiving some kind of a message that something is going on, and when he gets there, yeah, everything is not what he expected. So basically I did this by my own. I was with my brother again. I had no crew. I was just me and my brother, the two of us. Luckily, I didn't have to use my parents. So my brother is actually an actor. He's studying at drama school here in London. So that was great for me, because I didn't have to worry about the dialogue, although I didn't use a lot of. I think I have 2 or 3 lines. So it's a small thing that I didn't even wrote. Right? I just think of it at the day. We were at our parents' house in a small village, so I just thought that we can shoot through the night something creative. So we just thought of an idea about a horror, and we shot it as we went, like, through the night.
Super. And was it something that took longer than anticipated, or, you know, did you have the luxury of having plenty of time to go back and do different shots, or was it something that you were quite limited on in terms of the timetable?
I don't know. I don't think I was limited, because it is so small. It's short, like it's 2 minutes, and I had the time and the space to shoot it. So we shot it in one night, and on the next 2 days, I think I edited it. It didn't took like too much time. Like for uni, when I was in uni, we made bigger projects. Like this was something independent, something personal that I wanted to shoot.
Great. Okay. Well, thank you, and I'm glad that we got in touch with you, because
yeah,
it was all last minute trying to make sure that we had your right email address. So thank you so much for being.
Thank you.
For being
available. You for trying.
No problem. Great. Okay, then Jack.
Hi.
Hello. Am I right in thinking that's everybody then after Jack? Yeah. Just making sure everybody's accounted for. You're very welcome, Jack. Thanks, and congratulations on being shortlisted in the Young Filmmaker competition. So can you just tell us a little bit about your film and how it came about?
Well, it's sort of it's called the Catfish Club. It's kind of a period drama and heist movie set in a 1920s speakeasy bar.
Yes, so Key and William are here as well. I don't know if have you seen their wee screens? Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, great. Okay, so part of the BFI Film Academy, and as the guys were saying, so what was your role on the movie?
Mainly director.
And was that a role that you wanted to do from the outset?
Yeah.
And tell me then about that. Was that your first time directing a short film and being involved in that collaborative process?
Yes.
And what types of challenges did you meet along the way? I think, well, William was saying it was pretty much smooth, but was it something that was like a sort of challenging task to complete within the time frame, or just within the...
Yeah, it was quite challenging, yes.
And what would have been, suppose asking everybody this as well, but Jack, what was the most enjoyable bit of it? Like, is it about developing your skills? Is it about working with other filmmakers who have a passion for making?
I suppose it was just all about developing directorial skills.
Great, yeah, and BFI Film Academy is so good for that, and it's that sort of specialist program as well that really is sort of up a notch in terms of then the films that are produced and the type of mentoring that you get as well as part of it. So I can congratulate you all then from the Catfish Club for that great entry. So I was going to just say as well, just overall, what is it that you find as young filmmakers is the most difficult thing in getting ideas off the ground? Is it budget? Is it motivation? Is it finding the right crew? What ways could you as young filmmakers be more supported?
Wow.
This is for anybody.
I would say budget is a huge thing. It depends, how you want to go down the funding route. Obviously producers will know more about that, especially for like myself and Izzie. When we were looking at a project at the moment, it was, do we go with sort of female-led funding opportunities and stuff? And it's just trying to crowdfund or budget your films is sort of the difference between it being made and not being made. So,
and do you think about the exhibition side and the marketing and the audience side of things whenever you're making the film, or is it something that then, I know like the passion to make a film and do it the way that you want it to be done, but do you find that more and more you're very aware of audiences and how potentially it can be distributed and reach as many people as possible?
I think, yeah, definitely. I mean, there's so many films that are being made because everyone, you can make a film on a phone now, really, if you wanted to. So there's nothing really stopping anyone from doing it. So it's making your film stand out, making it marketable to people. Yeah. Social media, what image of your film is going to make people click on it type thing. And that goes into, finding funding. If you can make your film marketable, you can find maybe a twist on a conventional story that we haven't really seen before, then you're more likely to get funding or more likely to obtain traction, which will help you, get bigger names on board or get a professional crew on or an actor or someone like that you really, really think will make the difference for it. So definitely, yeah, thinking about what's going to happen to the film after it's made is something you should think of in pre-production.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.